We used to hunt Eildon with the hounds, and that's a stag in a bloody boat, and old Stan Green. Back in.
On the, at the Howard Hut.
Oh yeah. Bloody.
That's at the big deer, wild deer and hunting expo.
And I got a couple around about the 30, 20, never got a 30, but 27, 29. But I've got a couple of them mounted. But I got the one I had a good hunt. I shot it and then we never, 7 hours before we found it, and late shot it again. So we got that one mounted, but that's only about 21 or something.
Yeah.
Got it mounted because of the hunt. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it, the hunt. That's all it's all about.
Exactly.
You know, you get an easy stag 5 minutes from leaving the car, or you know, you forget about them.
Yeah.
Same as like the 458. You know, these are the standing shots. You don't remember.
Yeah.
Forget about them.
Yep.
It's only those few spectacular single shot running.
Yeah. That last one, you know, might be another old one over there, but there's one of Gary, the last one Gary shot up at up where we go up, well, we were going up John and Jenny's, and he shot it, and then we never bloody got it. The bloke that owns the property found it dead.
Oh.
And that was a bloody magnificent bloody head, but only about 28, but good big tops and really nice head.
Probably had a good, what's the name, his mate Wally Durgas, when I met him at one of our hunter education weekends, and he'd come to me after we talked and he said, can you teach me how to hunt? You know, Sambar. And I said, well, it's a long, you know, you got to do an apprenticeship, it's not a sprint. So, yeah. So anyway, I probably didn't take a shot at a deer for 5 years, teaching him how to hunt.
Right.
And you've got a set of camos made up, tracksuit, camo pattern, got the material and got this woman to make up, you know, top and bottoms, just camo tracksuit.
They couldn't buy them in those days.
Couldn't buy them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Couldn't buy them. Anyway, got them made up, beautiful. Wearing him. Anyway, he's had a good run. He's been shooting in here every trip out. And one of his hand, I remember, Veggie, what's his name? Oh, he was a vegetarian, yet he was a hound hunter. Oh, I forget his name anyway. He's saying, Wally, you know, I said, geez, you're having a good run on that. What's this, you know, what are you doing? He said, oh, I've got a good teacher. And he said, I told Wally to tell him they've been treated, you know, with a special treatment the army uses for the the commando and all that, and you need night vision gear to see it. See it like a deer can't see it, all that. He's told him. He believed it for a while. It's the same sort of stuff they put on the leopard tanks. You can't see it at night with, you know, but with night you need special, you know,
Classic.
Yeah, well, way back when we started deer hunting, camouflage clothing, they were the clothing for poachers used, only poachers used camo. We used anything except...
And they started buying a bit of their army stuff, and the army first brought out camo gear, and you started to get a bit of ex-army camo gear, but most times it was just jungle green stuff we used to use.
Well, I ended up, Murray used to get printing using the printing machine. He used to get the black, dark green, light green, and you know, used to paint camo patterns and wear them. And back then we could put all the bracken fern in our hats and on our things and all that. And,
I never did that.
Didn't you? Oh, I wouldn't do it now. No way, no. It's too dangerous. But,
I was in the army and they jungle green clothes.
Used to get the bar. We've got 2 tubes of camo paint they used to use back then in the Vietnam War. Face green and brown. Just do your face and all that.
I've still got a tin of it.
And your hands.
Well, in the army, your little tin of camo cream, brown and green. put on your face.
Oh, when I'm doing that, you're hunting around, you hope you never meet anyone.
Nah.
You know, just hope you don't run into anyone, you know, especially if you know him. Anyway, yeah, well, I found doing that.
Yeah, funny, these two blokes, they go, camo stuff they used to, put on their faces.
yeah.
Yeah, down on the hog deer, he used to probably, can't see it much there, it's probably all, but he used to cover himself with it.
Yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, well now, I took one of your son's mates out.
Yeah, this is like not 90, all covered in camo.
Yep.
Probably still see them stand out like dog balls the same anyway.
Oh, you'd be surprised
No,
in that bush.
Yeah, I've found,
It's pretty open country there.
Yeah, I see that.
yeah, like I won't go out without my orange cap anymore.
Fair enough.
No way, no. I go off. But, you know, like we all wear camo now because I found when I was doing that, mine was primitive camo, you know, like just natural and that. You walk onto a bed, especially the hinds, and yeah, they look at you. What the fucking hell are you? You know, they're looking around, stretching their neck, and that's it. You got those three or 4 seconds, and you might get it with a stag, you know. But it does work, but you've got to be head to top, face everything, cover your rifle, everything. And but you still got to have that orange hat. No way, no. You know, a lot of hand cunners, they wear this sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, and no, that's absolutely right, and that's the bottom line.
But yeah, and I've done my research with the success in America of orange caps and clothing. It's every state that's adopted it mandatory. They're accidental. It's gone down to nothing. You know, one. Some states have been fatality free for a couple of years, which is unheard of 20 years ago. You know, in New York, but the 10 states that don't mandate it, they've still got high shooting rates.
Yep.
But at the moment, falling from tree stands is the big killer. Amazing.
So like you say, they got short little blocks that they can hunt, so that's why the odd stray bullet gets thrown away.
What's the name? I was corresponding with a bloke. He wrote a book on Pennsylvanian deer hunting, how bad it got, or environmentally because of the bucks only mentality.
Yeah.
You know, they had 100 years of bucks only, no does. Just destroyed their forests and yeah. Anyway, he got he won his spurs doing black bear conservation, and from a 400 or 500 harvest a year in Pennsylvania, he got it up to 10,000. You got to you're allowed to shoot cubs, females, which wasn't the thing.
Yep.
And when he made it, because he succeeded with the bears, you know, got it up to unbelievable harvest numbers. And then they gave him the job, suicide, job of deer manager, chief deer manager. So he knew what was available, what should be done. So he had to spend 3 years trying to educate, tell hunters, you've got to shoot does. There's got to be a big doe season. And at times he was told to wear a ballistic vest when he's given talk. You know, he went round everywhere. And all the die-hard, bucks only boys tried to shout him down and all that. And yeah, it got pretty serious at times. But he won it, he got a doe seasons in, and it used to be, from a $1 puny buck, no big, the Pennsylvanian deer weren't any shooting any decent bucks with branching antlers. It was all shit stuff because of the imbalance. So I think 3 years, seasons and doe season turned it round. And now they got probably 700,000 deer hunters, season, and probably get you know, they've got to shoot more does than bucks. But the bucks they're shooting are big. Now,
Yep.
they're big.
Yep.
Yeah, got more weight in them, got proper antlers and all that.
Yep.
And the forest's better off. But early on they were whinging, the hunters. They weren't seeing as many deer as before.
Yeah.
And so he organised the National Guard to fly over with the infrared over the forest.
Yeah.
And he said, showed them the footage. He said, there's a deer, there's a deer, there's a deer, there's a deer. Get out of your seats and go into the scrub, into the bush,
Yeah.
into the forest and hunt them. Yeah, and anyway, yeah, just the pressure that got to him, you know, he won it. But yeah, it cost him a bit with his, you know, got a divorce and everything. He's just too, like here, there's bloody deer hunters here, but probably few divorces there because it becomes a religion. It's a religion, a disease.
Oh, yeah. Could understand that.
And you get most of a fallow deer up home, wouldn't you?
Cut my teeth on the fallow, and then it was just from hunting fallows, and you come around the corner of a paddock, there'd be a Sam there, and you're like, fucking big deer. Boom. And then we learned that these Sambers, and then something happened. They just ended up, when I was a young fella to when I got right into the shooting, there wasn't many, then all of a sudden, boom, it was a thing.
The speed out floated everywhere.
Yeah, and I suppose those earlier fires when I was really young would have done that explosion. I'm just, yeah, happy to be chasing around now, but it's like, I don't know, it's not that you're wasting time because you love being out there and all that sort of stuff, you know, you love walking the top of wherever it is, the Howard or whatever, but you do realise that in a lot of it, it's just not how it should be in terms of the chances of running into that big one. They're quite low nowadays. Even though they were in your days, but they were never around in your days. They've been around now, they're just gone.
Just we never used to see a deer at all. You know,
That one had the quality of that 50 mile from Melbourne.
Cracking tops.
Yeah. That's behind the bunyip pen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Beautiful, big tops on it. Yeah.
there's a Shelley head we photographed doing we did a, we used to go out up, we did a survey up at, what's the name of the Borough of Pines Park there.
Yep.
They had all transects to go and check a metre circle radius around all these transects, sign, pellets. Didn't find it for the whole weekend, we didn't find any Sambar sign.
No.
But we found heaps of fallow deer, and we saw it for the deer,
Yeah.
even driving down the main road.
Yeah.
And
Well, they got harvesters nowadays up in the pines
yeah,
and thermaling them all the time, 3 or 4 times a week.
mm,
And he's shooting quite a few Sambar out of those pines now, but they're just smashing the fallow populations. You used to drive along and see 30, mob of 30 or 20 wasn't uncommon. Now it's uncommon.
just when we put the extension on the pen, he was locked inside it as a calf, wild one.
Yeah.
We couldn't get him out. You have the gates open, you know, hold the whole line that was pushing him to the gates. You'd stop at the open gates, turn around and come back and charge through us.
Safer in there.
You reckon? I don't know, but because he had companions, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's him there. Yeah, I walked, had some, you know, we had to supplementary feed them, of course, because they eat themselves out of house and home. It's only 30 acres, you know, that's nothing.
Yeah.
That's gross overpopulation for 10 deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, put some carrots down for him just inside the gate. And I walked in, I was going to photograph him, he'd come up and he just put his head down and walked forward, and I fucking backed out the gate and shut it. Just photographed him there, he said, piss off, these are mine. Yeah, even the bloody tame one. It's the females pick on it, look at kick the shit out of her.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah, so.
Aggressive females.
Oh, they are. Funny. Never take a female woman in there with hinds around. Mike used to go and the hind, especially the tame one, would walk up. Mike had he used to carry a long stick and he'd hold it over her neck, stop her rearing up. Yeah. They don't like females.
Right.
Female hinds don't like, or female deer don't like female women. Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's funny.
Yeah.
We tried everything. What colours? Braze orange, no effect. Put them up in the tree, yes. Tie one, a blaze orange vest to a tree.
Yep.
Just walk past it. Go wearing yellow, white or blue. Honk! Off they go.
Yeah. Well, I actually did a bit. You know those Stony Creeks? They make the blue jumpers, the blue shirts.
Blue camo, yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I wore that all year, and I got still a lot of good footage and whatnot of the animals, but they could just pick me up a lot sooner.
Blues.
Yep.
They can
Straight
pick
away.
them up, yeah.
I shot a pretty good bloody 27-inch with nice antlers and that, but he was bedded looking away, so he never saw me at all. But just the hinds, you know how you're talking, if you're full camo, they'll look at you a bit.
Yeah.
These things would just have a chew, gone, because they could just see me so bad. So the best thing was my mate said, man, we could see you miles away, like up in the bush, up on the hills. It was really obvious, the blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to a deer, it's no-no. I haven't really got too much else to run by. That was pretty awesome. Covered heaps of my questions, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, the big coming thing is going to be an actual fight to hunt.
I understand, yeah.
Yeah,
We
that's
need to
the
tell
future. It's
people.
happened in America, they try it.
That's living.